the year for Iowa athletics in general with what Ben McCollum did with the men's basketball team and all those things. Well, what kind of year was this for University of Iowa athletics to have success?
Football, they were right there and just fell short. 4 games lost by was it 15 points, I think, total. It was really a challenging year from that perspective. And, because they were so close to going from being a good team to a potentially great team. And so that probably leaves a mark, but I think they were a really good team, one of the better ones they've had. And they've had some decent ones under Kirk Ferentz in the last 10 years, but I think this was, in the upper third of that echelon. Men's basketball, I thought, was a turnaround season just to get to the tournament. You look at, they hadn't been there for a couple of years and then fired Fran McCaffrey, brought in Ben McCollum, changed the entire structure of the program. I mean, it was usually number one or number two in offense in the Big Ten and always last in defense. And they flipped that around. But I think, what basketball's about is March, and Iowa hadn't had a successful March since 1999. So I think this is to get to the Elite Eight, for the first time in 39 years was, quite the accomplishment in year one. And now his problem is he's going to have to do it again and again and again. I don't know if that's the case, what'll happen, but, women's basketball being kind of the third biggest sport, had a really strong year. I thought that their talent wasn't as good as what they've had in recent years, but they played together and they were able to do some good things. And unfortunately for them, they couldn't get out of the second round. They lost an overtime game and at home, so that was tough for them. But overall, I thought it was a successful year. So I think for Iowa, I would grade it across the board as a B or B plus.